All right. Man, this feels like we're about to, like, what's up, everybody? We're live. This feels like we're about to, like, I don't know, like, come out of the tunnel on a Super Bowl or, like, take over someone else's pirate ship or something. This is hype right here. Tonight. I don't know. How you feeling?
Or we're about to land a space shuttle on an incoming meteor.
Yeah.
And Bruce Willis is going to help us save the world.
Yeah, we're coming down slowly onto the meteor. Dude, I watch that movie once a year, and every time I do, Leah's like, I hate you. I hate this.
The funny thing, Armageddon, is it really is a terrible film. But it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, but terrible. It's stupid. And even if you like it, at some
even stupid Billy Bob Thornton in that movie, like, you love his character, but at the same time, it's so dumb. Like, the plot, like, we're gonna send 4 dudes on a rolling meteor that's constantly turning. At some point, those fucking guys have to be upside down. You know what I mean?
Right. They're never.
But at no point
down.
do they ever go upside down. It's like, and then you got Steve Buscemi on a Gatling gun, like, all right, guys, hey, how you doing? I'll take care of this thing. Let me go here. At no point.
He's a genius.
Yeah.
He's a genius, but he can't figure out how to handle money, I guess. Like, I don't know. He's like Norm Macdonald with gambling.
Yeah, as if like 4 dudes on who are we gonna get to save the world? Oh, these guys are really good at drilling on an oil rig. Send them up. Like, that's gonna be the people we leave the world's hands in. It's such a ridiculous movie.
Yeah, that tells you right there that if that was true, then NASA really has no plan. Like, there is no plan.
Yeah.
Like, how they've probably got like, they must have like 30 plans right now, I would think, if they're real.
You ever think NASA just have, like, movie night and they throw Armageddon on and then just laugh?
Yes. Like, they'd probably watch that movie and just laugh at the whole thing, like you said. Like, yeah, like, they're just laughing, like, the whole way. Everything that they say, you know, it's a command center. I love how Billy Bob Thornton, like, he couldn't go to space either because of his little boo-boo on his leg or whatever. He's a cripple or something like that. He's Forrest Gump, basically.
The truth is, he just couldn't pass the eye exam. I can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
So stupid. It's such a lame ass character too for that film. Like, Billy, that was like during Billy Bob's like rise because he did Sling Blade, which is an amazing movie. I'll never dog Sling Blade, but they're like, oh, he plays a good retard. Let's have him be a crippled guy that can't land a space shuttle now. I mean, he just had what was that? His role now? Just failed retard. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it would just go downhill from there. Then he had to be drunk Santa. I mean,
drunk Santa. What was the one movie he did with? Who's the guy that played John Heder, the guy that played Napoleon Dynamite? Remember they did that movie where he was like a therapist or something like that. It was like a Walmart version of anger management. It was a horrendous movie.
No, that sucks. Yeah, they don't make comedies at all anymore though. Now I wish that you almost fucking would suck a dick for anything like that.
You want to know what's funny about comedies? I saw Superbad the other day.
Oh my God.
I gotta tell you, man, for some reason, I did not think that movie held up nearly as good as I thought it would. It feels
What the hell?
It feels like so forced for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know, man. I put that movie in, you know, and I start dying. Like, I start fucking rolling from the beginning to the end of that movie. It cracks me up. So I don't know. I don't feel that way, but I don't know. I like it. I still, you know what drives me nuts? I was saying this to someone the other day. I was like, oh, you know, the problem with the comedies back then, the only thing wrong with the comedies back then is that once you get to the last 30 minutes of the comedy, whatever it is, you don't care anymore. Like, whatever the loose end is to tie up at the end, like, got to get the girl, got to become the reporter guy, got to become the winner, whatever the fuck it is, you're just like, nope, don't give a shit. I don't care about this. I just want to go back to the beginning when shit made no sense. And it was just insane. Like, Grandma's Boy, oh, got to get Grandma to save the day at the end and have the fight to prove it's his game. Like, who cares? Like,
I can't say a bad thing about Grandma's Boy. I can't do it.
I know. I love Grandma. That is my favorite comedy. That's me and Leah's favorite comedy. If we're ever, like, just sitting around, she'll watch that a million times. It's crazy. Absolutely
that
love it.
movie is flawless. It's as funny now as it was then, if not funnier now. The funny thing is, even a movie like Grandma's Boy could not survive even through a pitch at a movie company today. Even that movie,
Yeah.
because there's even like there's a poster on the wall of Gay Robot, which was a Nick Swartzen bit back in his old comedy albums. Even that wouldn't fly nowadays.
No, yeah, you couldn't do it. Yeah.
And Swartzen's as liberal as they come. You know what I mean?
You can't have Jonah Hill sucking on a titty anymore.
Jonah Hill stinks.
I like him in those early movies, and then I kind of liked him in Wolf of Wall Street. I kind of liked him in that.
He was good. He was actually really good in a Moneyball. I like him in those type of roles. Like, I mean, I'm a sucker for baseball movies, but did you ever watch Moneyball with Brad Pitt?
Yeah, I saw it one time about the Oakland A's. What's his name?
I can't draw. I was trying to think of his name, but I wasn't even going to attempt to do it.
Do you remember on sports radio though, especially Red Sox? Like you would always be talking about that guy. The guy, he was the general manager of the Oakland A's. Moneyball, and he did so much.
He had a chance to come to Boston.
Right.
Boston offered for him to come to the organization, and instead of him, he refused and stayed with Oakland, but instead Boston stole every bit of his system, and then they won the World Series like 2 years later.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Broke the curse using his system.
Billy Bean.
Thank you very much.
Shout
out to RKO Kane.
First guy to get it.
Yep.
Billy Bean.
5 points.
That's all we ever heard about because he had everybody then. Remember he had Barry Zito, he had a bunch of guys. There's a couple other guys. Did he have Messina, too, before the Yankees? Or was that just Barry Zito and a bunch of other people I'm forgetting?
I can't remember, but I do know that Billy Bean, he played for the Twins at one point. I remember when he played for the Twins for like a season. I mean, I wasn't like, I don't remember when he played for the Twins, but I read, through statistics and stuff that it was.
Thank you.
You're late to the party, E-man. Late to the party,
There's
bud.
one big reason I love the Twins. Do you want to know what it is? You want to take a guess?
Because Minnesota Vikings fan lives there?
No, and that's probably a negative, to be honest. But I will say that there is one reason I like the Minnesota Twins, and that's because they gave us David Ortiz.
Right? Yeah, they really dropped the ball on that one, huh?
When he batted like a moron, he used to stand straight up weird. And then what was the Red Sox hitting coach changed his approach or whatever, and that's a big thing that changed his hitting, I think, but. Well, I don't remember the guy who the Red Sox hitting coach. I don't remember who it was. Fuck, I forget his name. I wish I could remember, but
I'm so bad with names nowadays, man. It's like I can't grasp if it's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. I don't even it just doesn't even register with me anymore. But
have you been?
I will say real quick, and I know this bores the shit out of most people, but E-Man84 said in the chat that the Red Sox might not make the postseason. Don't know why he's saying that. We are in a very good position to make the postseason. I'm pretty sure we're going to make it. Tonight's the last game, by the way.
Yep. This is 160. Well, no, this isn't 165 of the season, though, right? This is 163 or 164?
Well, there's only 162 games.
What?
Yeah.
Why did I think there was 165 this year?
I don't know. Maybe you're thinking there's some sort of COVID layover or something like that, but nope. Last game of the season, series against the Nats.
And we're tied with the Yankees, right?
We're the same as the Yankees. You got the Mariners and the Blue Jays both knocking on the back door.
Who's pitching tonight, Sale or no?
I don't know. I was actually getting ready to check that.
Let's figure this out.
Well, right now, the Sox are tied 5-5 with the Nats. So I'm not sure who the hell we got out there. But let's see here. Boston is leading the wild card spot. So no matter what happens tonight,
we're playing in the wild card.
We'll be in the wild card game. So I'm hoping... It'd be great if Toronto wins tonight and knocks New York out of their spot. But it's going to be us in New York, and we're probably going to lose because that's the type of luck we're getting right now.
Well, the last games against New York haven't fucking been very good. Like, I mean, that's a bad omen right there. What's up, chat? How you guys doing? Everybody's coming alive. Sundays are, I don't do a lot Sundays on YouTube anymore. It's such a dead day, you know. But, you know, tonight we got the Patriots. Tom Brady's come back to Foxboro. They have this really cringy commercial, JB. I don't know if you've seen this.
I can only imagine what you people over in Boston are doing right now.
No, there's like there's multiple different cringy ones, and what I'm talking about is the national media, like fucking ESPN. Like I just want to choke someone over there. Like they're basically like, oh, we don't need Tom. We're and they're like, oh yeah, he's coming back, but I'm a Patriots fan. Like we're gonna boo the shit out of him, and it's just like obnoxious shit. It's like I'm gonna cheer for him. I don't know what the fuck.
You know what drives me nuts, and that's what you should be doing, and what everybody in Foxboro should be doing, and Massachusetts for that matter. People are, and I was telling Guz this last night. People like are trying to treat this like this was like when LeBron returned to Cleveland when he went to Miami. This is not even remotely close because, for one, LeBron never brought a title to Cleveland like he said he would. He bailed because he couldn't do it with the team he had. He had to go where two people had to throw LeBron on his back because he couldn't do it. And then they won 3 championships in Miami. Then he came back to Cleveland and they accepted him. Tom Brady, he's won, I think, a couple of championships for the Boston Patriots, as I like to call them, that drives people nuts. The Boston Patriots. He may have brought a couple championships there. So him coming with a different team, not his fault, by the way. He was pushed out of that organization.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not his fault. And it's the same thing. I don't blame Tom Brady at all. I'm like, fuck yeah. Listen, this guy, he got the weapons he wanted. He's got an offensive line. He went to a good team. Patriots are doing nothing for him, so I don't blame him at all. Like, fuck that. By the way, guys, we are going to answer your Patreon questions. A lot of people have, last week I posted, this week I posted. We've got a bunch of questions. Today's show is brought to you by Sith Negan, last night with a big Bits Bomb drop, sponsoring Corrupted Podcast. We're back, and so aren't all you guys. So we're going to be up on Patreon for the next half of this show, but for right now, we're doing a little Q&A with all you guys right now in the chat, and let me see if there's a...
Shout out to Sith, by the way, and a quick correction, yes, from, what is that?
Superchat party!
Jesus.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Joe, do you think his momentum is finally over and WWE will gain many views in the rating?
oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah? That's just...
Is that part of the Super Chat?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Because you're like, don't see it coming, you know? It wouldn't be funny without that.
Super Chat party. Oh, yeah?
yeah?
Sounds like a gay porn.
I can't believe that guy is a cop and not a fucking... Like, I'm telling you, man, I thought the YMCA was going to break out. Oh, yeah? Let's go. Like, and he's just like, what? Wait, what's going on? Like, that's the next thing he would say. Why
I
are
want
you
to do
here?
a shout out to Big Neff TV in the chat real quick. By the way, apparently I said 3 championships in Miami, and he said 2. And you, sir, are correct, and thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
I apologize for letting you down.
It's okay. Fuck Miami, though. Come on.
I'll also... You said we're taking Patreon questions, and if I see questions that I actually want to answer in the chat, I'll
Go
answer
ahead.
them.
Yeah, there's a good question in the
if
chat.
I see any of them.
Yeah, they got to be good. But yeah, I'm going on Patreon now to look at the questions so we can start that up too. People want questions, topics, blah, blah, blah. If we end up doing this more often, we will do that every week. Questions, topics, the old school way. Maybe we'll add a third body. I don't know. Or it'll just be me and JB talking shit. Me and Leah went out to our old city last night to go to...
the old stomping grounds?
The old stomping grounds, yeah. Well, we went there for a hot pot for her birthday. And the lady said, I had to really try really hard not to say something horrible or offensive or something. She goes, yeah, we have Korean here now, too. So they had Korean, Chinese, and Japanese. And all the different women walking around, are all, there's all those different, there's Japanese women working there, Korean women working there, and Chinese women working there. But I can't tell, like, which is what.
I have no idea how to tell the difference.
Exactly. And then, someone
I can't even tell the difference at this point between Japanese and Chinese food, whatever. Am I uncultured? I guess so. But I just can't tell the difference. I don't...
I can tell the difference. I can tell the difference with Japanese and Chinese because the sushi is a lot different.
Tell me the difference. Well, I will say the sushi for Japanese restaurants is 10 times better than Chinese.
Well, that's the thing is it's still Japanese. So it's like, that's easy to tell. It's like, okay, sushi is Japanese. Chinese don't have sushi. So sushi is Japanese. That's easy. But when when Japanese start getting into like, beef and noodles and things like that, then it gets confusing. But then when you get Korean food mixed in, now I really don't know what's going on. So it all just, And I was like, and I said to someone, because they were like, oh, you're just, whatever. And I'm like, well, no, because Irish food or Scottish and English, that would all seem very similar to a lot of people too.
I love when you're labeled racially insensitive for not knowing the difference between like cultural foods.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like people really grasp at straws nowadays to try and, by the way, Big Neff in the chat says sushi equals disgusting. I must say I had that same opinion for like my entire life until like a year ago. And I actually had to consult with Drew because that loser eats sushi like every other day. And he had to tell me, like a child, what sushi I should start out with. And now we love it. If we can afford to actually eat it,
That's the
like
problem.
That's our comfort food. You know what I mean?
That is the problem. Me and Leah love it, and it's expensive. Luckily, there's a
and I
place
eat
nearby.
bitch sushi for the most part. I know there's a lot of people that like to do like the raw salmon and stuff like that. I eat like
What?
really bitch. I eat bitch sushi.
Wait,
and
you don't
stuff
eat
like
raw
that.
salmon though? The salmon's good.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm saying the rolls that I choose, I choose like the real like childish bitchy ones, like California and Philly rolls. I like here we have a spider roll. I don't know if that's common there.
What about a
That's
spicy tuna maki? Would you do that? That's
I've actually had that one.
That's awesome.
I've had that one. That was great. I've had a yellowtail roll before. That was okay. That was a little too fishy for me.
Yeah.
But I get this one. It's like a spider roll, and it's like little fried crab inside the roll. It's fucking great.
They put that little orangey sauce on the outside of that.
Yeah, it's like a weird teriyaki, but almost like a sweet and sour sauce. Oh my god, I could drink it.
Oh yeah, dude. I like the white tuna, the everything. I like everything. See, that's the problem is I like everything. There's almost nothing I don't like anywhere. From
when we go to the place to eat it, like if we get takeout, you know, we'll do basic stuff. Like I'll do like a California roll and a spider roll because it's too expensive, man. Sushi's insane. But if we go there, you know, and we got like we're like on our anniversary or something, we'll go there and we'll order like the boat, and it's like you can get like fucking 8 rolls of sushi, and you guys just choose 4 rolls a piece, and it's like, you know, 40, 45, $50 or some shit. But it's enough sushi to like, you know, really get you filled up.
Well, this place stopped their all you can eat. This used to be all you can eat, so you could, you know, it was like it was probably be $80.
What did they do? Serve like a roll at a time, and then like you couldn't be like, hey, bring me 6 rolls of this. You had to be like 1 roll at a time.
They would, I don't know. I never tried too much of that, but we ordered a lot because I remember we would order. Here's the problem with that. I would order and think like we ordered like the hot pot thing, so you get to choose 3 things. So that's what it was. You could choose 3 things. Then you could choose whatever sushi you want. So you're like, okay, you know, here's the hot pot thing we want. But I asked for broccoli on one of them, and they brought us a goddamn bowl of broccoli. Like, oh no, water. It was watercress.
Like a bowl of raw broccoli,
like a huge bowl, of watercress. It wasn't broccoli, it was watercress. Watercress, this gigantic bowl, and I'm like, dude, what are they fucking insane? Like, we couldn't eat this between the 2 of us. Why did they bring us one of the things is this giant bowl? So I go, are we taking this home? And they go, oh, you can't take anything home. Yeah, no, we don't take home. I'm like, well, what? Why did you do this? Like, was this the end of the watercress? So you were just like, here you go. But they did it the next time we went there too. And the funny thing is now that they're not all you can eat, you can take it all home. And I'm like, but
you're white.
And yeah. Oh, okay, maybe that's what it is. Yeah. My eyes are too round.
You give white guy broccoli.
Yeah, you die.
Chestnuts, whatever the hell it was. Derek Hansen in the chat says caviar is dog shit too. I've never had caviar.
What?
Dog? I don't know. I've never had it.
Oh my God, dude. I had caviar one time. Never had it. Always thought, oh, you know, that's the shit the assholes eat, right? Or whatever. And then and then I had caviar one time, and I went, holy shit. Now I see
caviar's what the rich white man eat, dude.
Exactly.
Okay?
You have any caviar? Go fuck yourself.
You have any caviar? Oh my God, that's for the rich white man.
Exactly,
bro.
But I'll tell you what,
your face.
It tastes like you're eating the soul of like, I don't know, like I don't know.
I knew it. I thought you were gonna say like you're eating the souls of children or something.
Yeah,
I thought that's where it was going.
It was. Yeah,
But,
dude, it's like you eat it and you feel so good when you're eating it that afterwards you're like, did I just do something wrong? Like, what was that about? I'm telling you, man.
It's like remember when me and you and Ken talked about Sandra Bullock using baby fetus or whatever they rubbed on their face. What was it, like placenta tissue for like lotion? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yes.
We talked about it on Corrupted like years ago.
Yeah, she's probably skimming her, like cutting her flesh with it. Yeah, who knows what? Sandra Bullock's a weirdo.
Yeah, she is.
She's one
Wasn't
of those...
that she was no. Who am I thinking? What was the infamous monetized this fight between you, Leah, and Troy? You were trying to bring up. It wasn't Sandra Bullock. It was what's her name that played Catwoman in The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh,
someone in the chat will hit us.
Not
with
Halle Berry. What's her name?
No, it's she was in.
Yes, she was in the sci-fi movie with what's his face?
Yeah, with George Clooney, right?
Little tiny white chick with the big red lipstick, right?
I feel like it starts with an S, but no, or with an A. Damn it! It's gonna drive me nuts, man.
Wait.
Someone help us out, please.
Which Catwoman? What year?
Dark Knight Rises,
Oh.
2012.
Oh, okay.
Anne Hathaway,
Anne Hathaway.
A1D with.
Oh
50
yeah, she's a
points.
psycho now.
Yeah, she's great. You remember the monetize this fight I'm talking about?
Oh, you're right because I said that she was using the death of a woman to like propel herself on social media.
She was like not gaslighting. What's the word you chose? You said she was virtue signaling.
Yeah.
She was using it to virtue signal, and then what was the infamous term, Troy? You were
said,
being what?
Troy said I was being indignant.
Indignant. And he goes, "Do you know what indignant means?" And you were like, "Yeah." And he goes, "What does it mean?" And you were like, "What does it matter? Why do I have to do that?" And he goes,
"Oh yeah."
And you go, and you just went off on him. It was really, really good stuff, man. But that was the infamous fight. It was over Anne Hathaway.
Some people actually were messaging me like,
I was one of them. I thought he was really out of line on that one.
So that's what happened. Was some people actually messaged me and was like, "Dude, that guy's your friend. Why did he do that to you? Like that was weird. Like I mean, that was
instead of continuing the conversation." The topic of the conversation, which was the Anne Hathaway tweets, it turned into a Joe Cronin
is dumb.
Yeah, like a Joe Cronin is dumb. Like his argument wasn't strong enough against yours, so he had to turn it around to, let me tell you why you're stupid because you don't know what indignant meant. And I picked up on that pretty quickly.
Yeah, and now I'm already in an emotional spin of Psycho, so I was just pissed.
Yeah.
Like that was awful. That was the worst thing they ever did to me, though. But now I play Halo with him, so. But it was I had messages from people like that's fucked up, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
Alex Riley in the chat, I think that's what it says, right? Or what does that say?
It says Alex Rimjob.
Alex says, JB, tell Joe to call this the Cold Cabbage Podcast.
Warm cabbage.
We had the warm lettuce return. By the way, what's the shrimp roll? Because going back to the sushi thing, I know we're all over the place, but A1D said that shrimp sushi is the best, and I do order a shrimp roll, and I can't name it. Is it tempura? Shrimp tempura?
Yeah, that's
right?
One of them.
That one's pretty good. Isn't that just basically a fried shrimp wrapped in a sushi roll?
Yeah, and you can have all the different type of shrimp. So tempura is just the one that certain type, like maki or nigiri's like just with the rice. And you know what's funny? If I call up and I get a white lady, when I call up it seems to be any restaurant. If I call them and I get a white lady and I go, "Hey, give me 5 pieces of the salmon nigiri," and they're like, "What? The sushi or which?" And I'm like, "Well, you don't know what that word is." But if I call and it's a Japanese person, I go, "Oh, nigiri." They're like, "Oh yeah, okay." And they know, but it drives me nuts when I get a white lady because they don't know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes you have to speed it up though to make it sound like you know how to say it. It's like when you have to like, hey, now add Worcestershire sauce or whatever.
Yeah,
you're just like, hey, add the Worcestershire sauce.
Hey, can you?
What was that, bud?
I heard that you guys put the flakes of illegals on some of your food. Can I get some of that sprinkled onto mine and then just see what they say? It's just you made it up, but just see what you can. Yeah, Wandi, sorry, your country's you're in a place that is banned. You can't be listening to naughty stuff. I could probably change the setting, and then you probably would get it. That's probably what would happen. They did notify me about that. Like some certain countries, like don't allow mature content or something. I don't know. It's very weird.
I want to switch gears real quick if you don't mind.
Let's go.
I want to switch gears because we were talking about vitamins and supplements earlier. Where the fuck is my paper?
And I'm sick. My whole family was sick. Gavin was the least sick, and I would say I'm the second least sick. So whatever that means, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure people know that when I left the community last year, I ended up getting COVID on Christmas Day, by the way. I had COVID on Christmas Day. It was a very jolly Christmas for me and Keish. Well, my kids had fevers the night before, and they burned all that shit off in like 12 hours. But then me and Keish ended up getting COVID, and we were junk for like 3 weeks. And so when that happened, but even before that, man, I was like, I would say back in like, you remember when I used to work out before monetize this?
Yeah.
I would go work out and show up late.
I jerked off those videos, yeah.
Well, even back then, I was only taking like 5 or 6. I started taking vitamins and supplements even back then because I just want to do some trials with things. And since then, and I was talking to Joe because he said he was sick, and I asked him if he was taking vitamins and supplements, and he said, "Oh yeah," and he said, "Yeah," and I told him that I take 22 different vitamins and supplements. He goes, "Well, I'm not that crazy."
Oh,
so then
yeah?
we got to talking about, "Oh yeah." So then we got to talking about what we take, and I gotta talk about this because Keish was in tears laughing about this a few weeks ago,
Uh-huh.
and I gotta talk to somebody about this.
I'm down. I like it.
Here's one of the supplements I was taking for a long time because let me tell you, with all the shit I take, I don't necessarily have the nice Dairy Queen whip on my duties anymore. I have like the real sporadic, like chunky, like rabbit gravel. Not anymore. I've got it under control now. And I was told to start taking a fiber supplement, and that'll help thicken things up, right? You know, talk to the old nutritionist. He's like, start taking some fiber supplements. And so I go on Amazon, and here's what I got. I don't know if that's picking up on the camera.
Pure for men.
Pure for men, fiber, daily fiber supplement. Okay, you got that?
Oh, so that will give you the big dick energy.
Big dick energy.
I thought it was simply for like, clearing out your digestive system, getting nice, healthy dumps.
Yeah.
And so I took this shit for like, how many capsules in here? There's like 150. Let's just say 150. There's a lot.
Right.
150 in here. And I took like, I don't know, probably 3/4 of the bottle. And then I started like one night I'm just taking all the shit, and Keisha goes, "Which one is the one in the black bottle?" And I told her, and we got to talking about it. And she goes, "So like what is it exactly?" I start reading the back of the bottle. I never really thought to look at the back of the bottle. So I'm reading some of this stuff, okay? So on here, I don't know if you, Joe, tell me if this picks up on camera. Can you see that at all?
Not really. It's blurry right now.
Okay, so basically what it says, it's got 3 like little icons basically saying like, benefits. One of them is take Pure for Men twice daily. Then it says rinse off.
Rinse off? Like your...
Rinse off. RINSE. Okay? Rinse off. I can't stress this enough. Rinse off.
Rinse the pill off?
I don't know, because the fucking icon picture just has a shower head with water coming out of it. So it says rinse off. Second icon. Third icon. Picture of a bed.
What the fuck? Like you're gonna be resting a long time after having this.
As if like, oh, so it's you take it before bed. No, it says, and quote, enjoy playtime, clean and worry-free.
Wait a minute. Is this for like anal fucking or like what the hell's going on?
Look, can you see this? Is it still too blurry?
It says stay something. Clean, stay clear. It says stay clean and stay ready. Stay ready.
Is that what it says?
Like what? Ready for penetration?
It says so we start putting this together. It says enjoy playtime, clean and worry free. But then so Keith takes the bottle and she did what you did. She goes, Pure for Men, stay clean, stay ready. I was
what
like,
the hell?
I was like, stay ready. Like, what is this? Right. So I go, wait a minute. What am I taking? Oh, there. If you pause the screen right there, if you hold it, you can actually see the icon I was talking about for those of you people watching it. If you're watching the replay of this. So immediately I'm like, dude, what have I been taking? I've been taking this stuff for, it's, probably 90 capsules, and it's 2 capsules per day, by the way.
Oh, my God, bro. You're ready
so I'm taking double these.
You're ready to move to San Francisco and butt pump.
So, all right, so here's my papers here. I printed these off so we can read them.
What the fuck are you printing?
I printed these off. Well, I printed them off before the show.
Okay, I get it.
So I can have these. So I actually have them saved. I was going to email them to you, but I said I just kept them here. So I want you to read this. This is what me and Keish pulled up, okay?
Okay.
And this is 1,000% real. As a matter of fact, if nobody believes me about this, okay, I'm going to leave this in the chat for everybody. What was...
Well, that's what's happening in your ass.
Oh, no, not anymore. Well, now it is. But even when I was taking that, it was just a...
Oh,
Just like Dairy Queen swirl. So I'm gonna leave that there for everybody. Oh, it's too long. It's 10 characters too. It's 10 characters too long. But I was gonna leave the link for everybody so that they could see. So, anyways, you go read this. This is the very first review that pops up on Amazon. 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, this has 11,000 reviews. So I'm like, this is for me. You know, like, there's a lot of people that use this. I'm gonna take it. I'm sure everyone does that.
That's like Leah's steam cleaner that came with a 90+ review ratio, but then it didn't work.
Right, but you see this high number of like, oh, there's like 10K people who have reviewed. I'm going to go with this. I'm going to take the word of 10,000, civilians that have reviewed this.
Right.
5 out of 5 stars. This is the first thing that pops up. This review is from the United States on September 22nd, 2018. 5 out of 5 stars. Works even if you're, get ready for it. Works even if you're straight.
What the fuck, dude? Even if you're straight.
By the way, this was verified by Amazon, this review. So this is the top review you see. I want you to listen to this. This is very short. And by the way, 895 people found this helpful.
I'm going to clip that.
Wow. I mean, that's some incredible shit right there.
Yeah, it really is. All right, this is going to be great. I got to try this.
Get ready for this.
I wish Leah had this when we tried to do this a couple times.
But you see, we weren't trying to do anything.
I know.
This was me just trying to get the nice, good, like solid log. That's all I wanted. I was having a struggle for weeks. I wanted some solid logs in the bowl,
Did he give you a solid log?
Oh, yeah. It sure did. It cleaned me out pretty good, but I'll get to how this ended. But so the paragraph reads, and this is very short, so bear with me.
Okay. Which
I'm sure people aren't upset that it's long. Pure for Men advertises, quote, bottom with confidence.
Big dick energy.
That is so weird.
Was that Marvin?
That was, yeah.
Well, that's not the particular cut of my jib, but they could equally advertise, quote, poop with certainty. Now listen to this. While I am neither a gay man nor a bottom, I did figure if anyone had a vested interest in regularity, it was gay bottoms.
Oh.
So I gave this product a try, and every morning about an hour after waking up, boom! And yet again, mid-afternoon, boom! This product works great for me. They definitely should expand the target audience for their advertising. I thought leaving a photo wouldn't be appropriate for Amazon's
imagine if they did. They left a.
It was a big huge sausage fest. It was a big huge
big sausage fest after people take this. So this dude is basically saying that I didn't know. And if you look at the Just for Men fiber capsules, they are straight up advertising this to like gay men.
Right. Yeah. Clean it out.
And so, by the way, and this one's very, very short.
What about women? Yeah, because what about women that want to be filled?
Well, it does say, and I quote in a different one, it works for women too.
Of course. Yeah. So
this one says, and I quote, it does work. Just take 2 weeks for your body to get used to this product. The last line of this reads, still consuming one large cup of coffee every day makes me kaboom. My kabooms are nice and solid and require very minimal clean out, quote, for fun times.
Where's that crystal clip?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
But so, needless to say, this has as many gay pills in it as there was when I stopped taking it.
Man.
I'm now taking regular, I think they're called psyllium husks.
Why would you switch, though? Like, who cares if they're, it worked? I mean.
Because, bro, I don't need gay pills in my Amazon shopping cart because they're tracking what I like.
Yeah,
and sooner or later on Facebook, they're going to start saying, hey, would you like a pocket ass? No. I don't want a pocket ass.
Yeah, but they're the best, man. They know about fashion, everything. They would know what would clean you out.
They don't know what I want. They sent me gay fiber.
I know, because that's how much better can you get? How much more accurate can you get than someone doesn't want his dick all shitty? So if it's clean enough to put a dick in, then I mean, dude, that should be the slogan. Clean enough to put a dick in. What's the name
It's
of
clean
it?
enough. If it's clean enough to put your dick in it, it's clean enough for your mouth.
Exactly. Like, what is the name of this product again?
Pure for men.
Wait, Pure for Men?
Pure for Men. It's a as a matter of fact, if you go on Amazon right now and type in, I believe if you just put fiber supplement, type in fiber supplement, and you scroll down. Actually, if you look on there, psyllium husk caps, that's what I take now. But yeah, it's not on. It used to be like one of the first things that popped up. But if you type in fiber supplement,
oh yeah, here it is. I think stay ready. It says stay ready.
Yeah,
stay
I
ready.
Like the music.
Stay ready to be butt pumped. That's what it means. Benefits for the body. What did I say the slogan should be? It should be clean enough for a dick.
If it's clean enough to stick your booty, or if it's clean enough to stick your cock in, it's clean enough to put in your mouth.
Yeah, it's clean enough to stick a dick in. I don't know.
Are you tired of washing your bed sheets?
Yeah. Your dick will come out immaculate. It will come out cleaner than when it went in. Take it now or take it later. Take 2 capsules every day, twice a day, 16 ounces of water, and your bungus will thank you. Your bungus will thank you. By the way, I said bungus in front of Gavin one day, and he just lost it.
Bungus?
Yeah, like the dog was taking a dump out back, and I zoomed in on her in video. I was videotaping, or it was video on my camera, and I was like, look at her, the shame as she relieves herself. The log releases from her quivering bungus. And I zoomed in on the dog taking a dump, and Gavin was behind me. I didn't realize it, and he started dying, dude. He was laughing so fucking hard. He was walking around going like, just losing. He goes, that's disgusting. I'm like, good.
Sandman Sizzle said, use code JB for 15% off. Could you imagine this lands us a sponsorship with Just for Men?
Yeah, somebody said.
I'm sorry. Let me correct, because I know we're gonna get shit for this. It's not Just for Men. That's for hair. This is Pure for Men.
Nice and pure and clean. A lot of people said JB came back to advertise some fucking or something.
It's like came back. They're paying me to come on here.
Yeah. It'd be funny if you did. If they were like, well, as long as you have 100 live viewers, we'll pay $100, each broadcast. And you're like, all right. Well, and hey, Joe, want to do it? And I don't even know about it. Like, wouldn't that would be really funny? Imagine that you con your friend, like you don't. How about a podcast that's just been going on every week for a long time, but you don't want to split any money with the guy, and so you actually go out and get a deal, and so you're actually cutting those commercials on the show without the co-host knowing. That's a movie right there.
Well, what's his name used to do that? What was the guy, the black dude who used to do the shows for Stern? What was his name? Riley Martin?
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't know he did that.
Riley Martin used to have a show on Stern's channel, and he would do live ad reads for like sponsorships that reached out to him personally, not even through Sirius XM. He would sell like piss jugs and shit like that.
They'd be talking about stuff, and then he just out of nowhere would be like, yeah, man, that's crazy. What a weekend. But you know what's crazy to me is like, man, I would have been dead this weekend on my hiking trip if I didn't have my Poland Spring sparkling black cherry water. These guys will just deliver it to you like every week, and so I would have it delivered, and I couldn't find anything else to drink, and I was like, I don't want to gain weight, and I'm trying to lose weight, and this has 0 calories. So I stuck it in my backpack, and sure enough, when I got stuck up there, I was drinking it all weekend, saved my life, or I would have died for sure. And it tastes damn good. You ever had it? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you got to try these. They're really good. They're available right now. And he just starts going into it, and eventually they figure out what he's doing. Fucking great. It's like Truman Show.
Not sure. Haven't seen it.
What? You never saw Truman Show? You've got to be kidding me. Like, that's got to be a joke.
Yeah, I really haven't seen it. You talking about the one with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Why? What? You would love that movie, I feel like.
I probably would, but I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen Man on the Moon.
I want to. What?
Yeah, I haven't seen
Dude,
that one
I'm gonna fight you. Just stop this. Just stop.
I've seen The Rock.
Just stop it. I'm gonna fight you.
Now?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised when people tell me they've seen that. When you said you've seen that back in the day, I was like, oh my god, cool. And when Troy had told me And on several different occasions, me and Troy and me and you have gotten into like laughing fits just reciting lines from the movie. And that's how I know that movie kicks ass.
Well, you didn't know how much I had seen the film when I first said. I was like, yeah, I've seen The Rock. And I'm sure you've heard people like, oh, yeah, I've seen that movie. But you didn't know that I could recite every single line from that film either.
Right. Like I could and like Troy could. It's like, I'm like, so that tells me like, I mean, there's some kind of brotherhood.
If you go
there.
back through the catalog of corrupted episodes, you will find at least 20 to maybe even 30 episodes where at least we will spend a 5 to 10 minute window laughing and quoting lines from The Rock.
Exactly. Because that movie's the shit. And that's the difference with that. See, that's just like Armageddon to me, but Armageddon's not quite as funny. Like, The Rock is funnier.
The Rock is hilarious. But see, here's the thing. A lot of people say The Rock is a bad movie that people like. I don't think it's a bad movie.
Mm-mm.
I actually think it's an amazing movie that just kicks ass. Same as like Nicolas Cage went on a run in the 90s that reminded me of the run that Arnie went on in the late 80s and early 90s. Like Cage did Con Air, The Rock, Gone in 60 Seconds, 8mm. He just kept spitting out banger after banger after banger. And then he did National Treasure, which I didn't hate. I thought that movie was fine.
It's better than the third Mummy movie. It's better than the third Mummy. How about that?
It's better than the first Mummy. I mean, let's not do this again.
Oh man, I love the first. I can't do. I like the first two Mummies.
I prefer the Tom Cruise version.
Just die. like where's the glib Leah? Oh my God, die.
Oh my God, die.
Oh my God, die. Dude, when
oh my God, die. Oh my God. Oh my God, die.
Dude, when she said about Jesse's getting surgery the other day, and I'm like, Leah, not only is Jake in the hospital, and I'm like just feeling terrible. I'm like, Jesse's gonna have surgery on his eye, and she goes, "What did the animals fight back?"
Oh my God. Like the dogs?
Yeah, because she just heard the story the day before about him suffocating dogs, and she goes, "What did the dogs fight back?"
That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking funny.
I'm like dead serious. Like, yeah. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Well, no, you know how Jake's in the hospital?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "It's really bad and everything." And I'm like, "Now Jesse has a detached retina and he's gonna go have eye surgery." And then it's quiet for a second. I'm looking at my phone, watching as Jesse keeps responding to me with another thing about what's happening in the surgery. And then Leah just goes, what did the dogs fight back? And I'm like, oh my God, dude. Like,
are we done talking about this bitch yet?
What, Leah?
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because I do have questions here. And should we read the troll questions or skip those ones? It's up to you.
No, because if we don't answer troll questions, we're going to be, fucking thrown out there like, oh, they only answered the ones they were not afraid to answer or something like that. By the way, before we do that, though, Derek Hans says in the chat that Nicolas Cage is low-key back. Is that true?
I mean, I think a little bit in a different way. I think Nicolas Cage is back in the B-movie genre. You know what I mean? Like, these aren't the blockbuster whatever movies anymore, but he is back in a way of like, but I still don't think he's quite back because like Keanu Reeves kind of came back when he did the John Wicks and he's like the underground king.
Well, hold on. We can't do that. You can't compare the Keanu Reeves return to a Nicolas Cage return because the difference is Keanu Reeves is releasing banger blockbusters like John Wick.
That's true.
3, and then what's Nicolas Cage doing?
You're right.
Nothing. He's not doing anything. He did that 9/11 movie that made like $3 at the box office.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's true. But I think the last movie I watched that
he's doing terrible B movies now, low budget horrible movies is what he's doing now.
Yeah, I know, but that's all he can get. And there was an interview that came out that Nicolas Cage was like, I will never retire from acting.
Good. We might be able to get him on this show eventually if he keeps sucking.
No kidding. Let's get him on here so he can be like, yeah, huh? Like, hey, Nick, it's nice to have you on the show. Yeah, huh? You know how he always talks like that?
Yeah, oh my God.
Like, Nick, what movie are you doing? Well, what's the show called again, huh?
It's called You Look Like Marilyn Manson.
Oh yeah, we did that on Corrupted. Remember the Nicolas Cage Marilyn Manson?
It's unbelievable.
Yes, this is live, by the way. We've had
we're live right now.
This was pre-recorded.
We are really live.
Yeah.
and this is something we would have done on Patreon, but we wanted to kind of come back and do it for free live here on the channel so you could see it. But, in the future, we'll post a lot of these up probably on Patreon when we do them. So
My pecker is so small.
Jesus, clip that. I was thinking about putting my dick in one of those collage things or whatever, and then, if you're dying, you can give to your wife,
She's like, oh, this was a great, oh, it's his pecker.
Yeah, you can go get it for like $20 or something like that. You can just go get a kit on
you mean like a dick mold?
Yes, a dick mold, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't they have like asshole chocolate? Or not asshole chocolate. What's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Where you can get like an asshole mold and it's made out of chocolate.
What's wrong with you?
Asshole chocolates.
Yeah, you could make one of those after you take that pill. You just shit it in a glass.
Yeah, you could the Pure for Men asshole what is it? The Pure for Men asshole chocolate mound.
Imagine
That's
someone,
what it is.
I'm saying like a listener would pay for your shit, like frozen, your shit frozen, or like my cock mold. You could actually have my cock. Like, I mean, that would be.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, at least Shell would pay for
I believe it because I know people personally who have actually bought things like that. Like D Moon bought a jar of Bella Delphine's piss.
That's great. Yeah, see, I wouldn't. No.
Just kidding. I can't do that to him. There was a situation where, like, I think it was Bella Delphine that was like selling jars of her
bath water. Her bath
water. That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember that.
Jars of bath water. That seems like something that fat pig Trisha Paytas would do.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm selling my fucking shit.
She's mentally insane. Like, yeah, she's insane.
I just watched the Gaslighting trilogy last night between her and
H3.
H3, yeah, that's good stuff. I mean, I hate
H3,
but that's good content, man. Those fights are fucking.
He's a sick person, but yeah, I enjoy it too. I used to really like him. Now he's kind of psycho, but Trisha Paytas was on.
He's a psycho. He's a psycho left winger, and I'm not saying that. I'm not going to get political. I'm just saying that because like this is the guy who released that video of like. It was who I'm voting. Do you remember the video he did where he said who I'm voting for in the election?
Yeah.
And he went on like this 30-minute rant of why you shouldn't listen to YouTube content creators and let them dictate who you should or shouldn't vote for. So he made this really great video, and he was right because he targeted celebrities, athletes, content creators, all these different things. Mm-hmm. But then you fast forward 2 or 3 years later, and he's having on Andrew Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, which I don't dislike either one of them. I do as candidates, but as far as people, they were fun to have on the show. But so he has all these Democrats come on a show, and this is somehow not supposed to like swing a vote,
right? Like don't listen to people on who to vote for. Now I'm going to tell you who to vote for. Doesn't make any sense.
Right, and I'm not saying like what this election coming around, we're going to have a Republican convention. Do you think? And let's just think about this down the road. Do you see H3 podcast having on candidates from the Republican side? I don't think so.
No, that's the problem. Is it's all one sided. That's what people that problem people had with him. Like he really just went into
and that's coming out more and more now. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's coming out more and more now that like. He's really becoming a hypocrite. And I watched this great documentary on YouTube from the June King, and it was like talking about the rise and fall of H3 and how he just now has become this gigantic pussy hypocrite.
Remember when he went after PewDiePie, who was his friend? They worked together several times, and then
over the N-word.
Yeah, but he says the N-word all the time, so it didn't make any sense.
He said it before the N-word controversy with PewDiePie. What was it? N-word? Well, whatever
N-word, F-word, I-dubs, yeah,
you can't even. Yeah, he had I-dubs on, and
he said it so much on that podcast, like as like to be shocking.
It's uncomfortable to listen to.
Yeah,
by the way.
Even I-dubs is like, "What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?" Like,
because he goes, "I just keep wanting to say," and then he says it, and he says it so many times. And by the way, Hila is laughing the whole time he does it.
Right.
So at no point was she like, and maybe it was uncomfortable laughter. I don't know, but. He's a total fucking hypocrite. I don't know how he got on this, but I just wanted to throw that out.
Yeah, H3
we were talking about watching the Trisha and...
But she's on Dr. Drew now. Have you seen that?
No.
She's on with Dr. Drew doing a show.
Oh, my God.
They're doing a show.
Dr. Gatekeeper Drew?
No, Dr. Drew. No.
Sorry.
No, but
Yeah,
Doctor.
I thought maybe Trisha was trying to see how much cheese she can eat until her fucking asshole exploded.
Well, that's what she is doing, and she doesn't. I don't think she knows her asshole's gonna explode. She's just happy to eat cheese. You know what I mean? With her
Does she have like an OnlyFans and all that stuff nowadays?
I think that Disney's gonna sue her for looking like Miss Piggy too much. I think that I'm worried about her getting lawsuit for like I mean, how close can you look like a character?
She really is uncomfortably disgusting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, very disgusting.
She really is gross.
And and Dr. Drew looks great. And he just basically was like, all right. So he's like the guy that she cheated on Ethan with Dr. Drew. Like, okay, I'll take my little show over here. And
that show was doomed from the beginning, though. The Frenemies, that was never gonna work.
I never watched it. All I know is that H3H3 stole mine and Drew's show names. That's all I know.
What was the name of it? Frenemies?
Well, first he stole After Dark, which is, that's our.
Yeah, you're the only person that ever had the After Dark.
Yeah, I'm the only person. I grew up listening to two different ones, but I am the only person to ever say After Dark after a show. But also, she stole Off the Rails. H3H3 stole Off the Rails.
Yeah, that's never been a saying. I know that for Matt. You guys definitely originated that.
What a scumbag. Well, I mean, I didn't. It's
crazy.
not mine. It's not me. It's Drew's. He got ripped off.
Man, fuck
Dr. Drew ripped off. Listen, and he knows what he's doing too. And look, he even's got the same lettering. No, no.
Let's find out if you're pregnant.
I would love to do I actually really wanted. I actually wrote Dr. Drew an email not that long ago. You want? Yeah. You know why? I'll tell you exactly what I said to him. Because I am so.
Are you finally trying to get help?
Yeah. See, I'm so fucked up. And I have so many problems right now mentally that I reached out to Dr. Drew and I haven't heard back yet. But I said I'd come on his show, he could be on my show, whatever. I said this would be the most entertaining thing you've ever seen, probably. If you could diagnose me or live, and go through my life and history, I bet you it'd be amazing to watch me just probably freak out, explain everything I've been through. And then him go into my brain and figure out why that's happening. And then have him berate me for stuff probably too. And I cry several times.
Delinquents with Dr. Drew starring Joe Cronin and Bam Margera.
Oh my God, it'd be great.
That'd be good TV. By the way, the After Dark name, the H3 team has an After Dark show too, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody has an After Dark. Well, that clip right there had After Dark on it. Everybody's taking After Dark.
Yeah, look, Dr. Drew took After Dark too. No, listen, After Dark is a commonly known thing from everything, right? They're always back in the 90s on radio, it would be something After Dark this, After Dark. So I was kidding about the After Dark name, but
what was the big conspiracy radio host that died here a couple of years ago?
Yeah, we all listen to him.
Yeah, I listen to him all the time.
Coast to Coast with
Coast to Coast with
fuck. God damn it! Why can't we think of names today? I mean,
it's crazy.
Someone in the chat's gonna have that too.
I hope. Maybe not. I think we come from a different.
No, somebody's gonna have this. Art.
Yeah, you're right. Art Butler. No.
Art
Butler.
Art
Bell.
Art Bell. Thank you, God. Yeah, we got it. We didn't even need help. Thank God.
Wow. We got one.
Art Bell and because we grew up listening to Coast, Art Bell, Loveline, Drew and Corolla, Howard Stern.
Some of the best Art Bell I ever listened to was in 2011 and 2012 because of the whole Mayan calendar thing. That was some of the most compelling. At that time, I was working a job where basically all I did was sit there and listen to radio all the time.
Right.
And which was great, by the way, but the job was a suck ass job. But it was through 2011 and 12, and I would listen to Art Bell, and he would do the 2012 Mayan calendar stuff, and it was compelling radio. Legitimately, you couldn't turn it off. They had astronomers calling in and being all "This is a real thing that's going to happen," and blah blah blah, which goes to show you just how much credence you should be given to shows like that.
Right.
But not saying you shouldn't get. There aren't ones out there that you shouldn't. I'm just saying that it just goes to show you. But even Art Bell was great because he was all he said, December 21st, 2012 will come, and it will go, and pass, and we'll all live our lives normal. He was just like, but he loved having the conversation because the whole world was captivated. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They were talking about like over in like Africa, there was like rivers filled with blood that had filled with dead frogs and dead fish. And they were talking about how it was the plagues were all happening and all the locusts, and people were like, "Oh my God, it's real, it's prophecy! Oh God!"
Well, also
like,
that was when the Planet X stuff really was kicking in too, so people thought it synced up with that.
Right. I mean, it really was an amazing ride as far as like entertainment goes.
Conspiracy.
Yeah,
well, thinking about conspiracy type of stuff or whatever, if that falls in that category, that time was so fun. Like 2000, like you said, maybe 2010 to like 2015 was.
But
even
as early as like 08 to 09, like when the shutdown happened and stuff like that on like Wall Street and all that, like that kind of fed into like the doomsday style things. Like the stock market crashing and all that.
Yeah.
Like this was supposed to play into everything you're saying. So even as early as 08 and 09,
Well, let's hit up these questions real quick. And some of them may be trolling like this one. We'll start off with from Parker. We know him. Why did JB steal Leah for so many nights to play video games and not let Leah spend time with Joe?
Well, because I like to control her. That way because I really, if people don't realize this, the one thing I like doing better than like leaving everything just to play video games and not spend time with my family. The one thing I like doing the most is depriving all the audience of really good content. So I like stealing Joe's co-host. I like telling his wife that she's not allowed to come on the show and she better play fucking video games with me or I'll never talk to her again. So that's the truth about it. I try to deprive everybody of content and entertainment.
One thing that people didn't know in seriousness about that is that Leah always played games on those nights.
Right.
So it just
but you know what? And that's partly your fault too, Joe, because you fed into this shit.
Probably.
That is partly because you would say stuff like, well, Leah's not here because she'd apparently rather play video games with Bailey. You would say shit like that. So
You're right.
You can't get mad at that aspect. You
That's
definitely
true.
fed into that. But and I will say in all fairness, she always played WoW and stuff like that back in the day while we were doing the shows.
Yeah. Yeah, and well, the other thing too is she played with a whole bunch of other people. She didn't just sit down like with you. Like she didn't just sit down with just JB and put headphones on and be like, "Oh, JB, me and you are gonna talk all night and play." It wasn't just she's sitting down.
And another
with
thing
you.
too, by the way, because and you helped fuel that fire too, by the way. But people assumed, even you for the most part, that me and her played World of Warcraft together 7 days a week for at least 16 hours a day.
Well, I did not assume that. But
well, not in that. I'm talking about the majority. You fueled the fire to get people to go that far.
Well, some other people fueled the fire of that too.
I'm not saying they didn't.
But you're right. I did mention it was more
people would be shocked if I really was all like, but you see, it doesn't matter if I tell people how much we actually played together. No one's going to believe me.
Right.
They're going to be like, oh, he's covering his ass. So why should I even bother and tell you how little we actually fucking played together? As a matter of fact, I haven't played World of Warcraft since I believe July.
Yeah, you guys really.
I don't play this shit anymore. As a matter of fact, I only play single player games now, so I don't even fucking play with her anymore. We talk occasionally on Discord with like Guz and stuff like that, and Moon and Awandi, but we don't hang out like every night. Maybe one night a week. I'm not even kidding. People need to understand.
Do you go through rotations of people yourself? I wonder that because like you kind of, I feel like. Like you go through these rotations of states because you're like me, where you're onto the like you get bored of something after 6 months. Like I get like that. Do you get like that with playing games or doing routines? Like you're always changing your routine. You know what I mean?
Routine in a sense of what? Video games?
Like I don't know. Like 1 minute it seems like we're gonna be playing WoW forever. This is amazing, and then after like 4 months,
yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah, because
100%. Because
we're gonna be doing Corrupted forever. Like let's do Corrupted's great, but after 7 months, it's like now I got to do something different.
Let's do Warm Lettuce, and it lasts one episode.
That was my fault because no, it wasn't my fault. That was just our fault for being like, hey, let's introduce a new show right as you were kind of saying, I think I'm gonna step away, and then I introduce a new show. It didn't make any sense, so that was just dumb.
Right.
Planning.
I mean, listen, you can't none of us can come on here and pretend like we haven't made mistakes as content creators. I mean, I've made a shitload. I know I let a lot of people down leaving, but just you fucking suck it up, dude. I got more important shit than to come on here and entertain a few hundred people every week. Seriously. I mean, I'm sounding like an asshole right now, but I heard so much fucking garbage of people that were just shitting on me, saying that, you know, that I've let people down. And I'm not talking about any one person, even though there's going to be tons of people who will say that I'm talking about one specific person. I'm not. I will say, you said shit. Tons of people in the chat said shit that I was not reliable and leaving. And is to answer your question, yeah, let's play WoW. Let's play WoW all day. Let's do it, and I'll play it for a month straight. Love it, and I'm fucking done with it.
Right. Yeah,
I am like that. But just.
And I have a problem with change, so I'm like, I think I'm not. I may not be like that. I may actually, and I know that I'm all over because I got ADD. That does happen. But I'm
right.
But even though I'm disorganized in the activity I'm doing, I think I do remain doing the activity. And any disruption to that activity, even though I might be all over with that activity, any disruption to it throws my mind for a fuckery. Like I absolutely.
I will say you're
that.
a bit of a bitch.
Yes.
When it comes to video games, because, and it's almost like I can't fault you for it because I know you're set in your ways with certain games. It's why you still play fucking Diablo as if it came out just yesterday.
Right.
Like, you have a problem learning new video games.
Oh, yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to take the time to figure it out.
And I understand that because it's like, you have limited time. You don't have time to learn new video games.
Although if I got invited to play, like say Leah invited me to, like, hey, I want to play this, check this game out. But she never does that, ever.
Bullshit, motherfucker.
Never does.
We've invited you to play WoW with us 1,000 times.
She hasn't told me to play WoW with her. She told me to once off the. All right, she did off the hand one time. But you know what I did is I logged into WoW and I started playing when she was playing. I think she was playing with all you guys, and I was playing, and I never got an invite from her. Then one time she gave me something in the game, but she never joined or said, "Hey, let's play." And then I said, "Hey, you want to help me? I don't know what I'm doing." And she was like, "No, we're doing something." I'm like, "Okay." And then she never asked me again, and I said, "Well, fuck you then." And like it kind of got like shitty. Like, I don't know, like with video games, I think Leah...
Is this when you deleted each other from your Battle.net account?
Yeah, I think so.
That was great. That's one of my favorite, like a husband and wife get so mad at each other that one of them removes them from their Battle.net friends list. And then they have to walk through the kitchen to grab a Coke, like, hey, what's up?
Well, you know what happened was I forgot. And then what happened was Leah got mad at me because I was posting not pro-liberal stuff on Facebook. And so she deleted me off Facebook because she didn't want to see my posts.
You guys aren't friends on Facebook?
Well, so she deletes me on Facebook. No, we were friends in real life. That's the weird thing is like we're walking around.
I know you are, but are you telling me you guys like aren't Facebook friends?
Yeah, because I'll tell you why. Because she she was mad at me that week. So she deleted me. She unfollowed me for that week, and then what happened was I got so mad that I blocked her. I blocked her, and then months go by.
You are not friends with your literal wife on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know what? Whatever you're about to say now, forget it. Next question.
No, it gets funnier. It's funnier because 6 months later, I said to her, like we were drinking and hanging out. We were doing something and upstairs talking about life or whatever, and we were having a good time. And then I go, yeah, well, the only thing that sucked, I said, the only thing I'm unhappy about is we can't even be friends on Facebook because you left me. And she goes, we haven't been friends on Facebook because a couple days after that, you blocked me on Facebook. I said, well, wait a minute. I did? She goes, yeah, you blocked me like a bitch on Facebook.
Like a bitch.
And I went, what? No, I didn't. She goes, you did. And then I went and looked, and I did. I was the whole time, I'm like, why didn't she come back? Like, what's going on? It was because I blocked her.
Sorry.
That was all from Parker.
I had to mute because I was just going to laugh over the entire thing. So.
All it is, and I was talking to Drew about this the other day, too, because I was saying how, like, Cora got really angry at us. Or at me, really. Why
was she mad at?
She got, she came on to do this, like, report on the whatever happened.
Oh God, let's not even talk about it. It's awful.
But so I made a joke like right when me and you were talking the last time we were talking, I said, yeah, she's a slave or something. And she got really mad at me and said, I'll never talk to you again, and blocked me on Skype. And I said, how do you not know that's a joke? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? And then Drew was saying, well, when people leave your show, they don't know when you're joking, really, or whatever. And I'm like,
that's true. I've been on that side of the
exactly.
fence
So I said, okay, you're right. That makes sense now. You know, so but I should have known not to joke about it with her because she wouldn't get it. You know what I mean? But my thing is, like, if I'm joking about you, if I'm talking about you and joking about you like that, I mean, if I'm saying something nefarious about you, that's different, right? Like, that could be like, you know, if I was saying you're a bad person because of this reason, you know, that's nefarious. But if I'm saying like jokes about like, you know, you're this and that, all it means is I miss you. That's really all it means. And then I want to keep you involved by joking about you. Now, if you hit me up on the side and say, don't do that anymore, I wish you'd just leave me out. Okay, well, that's a different thing too. But
we'll figure it out because your way stinks.
Well, I don't have a way. That's the problem. I don't know anything. I just suck. I'm a horrible fuck. But Colonel Stutters says, what is one thing that you would add to any sport to make it interesting, must see for the viewer? Oh, man.
Fighting.
Yeah. Fighting.
I think in every sport, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, or hockey, let them fight. How many times have you seen in basketball where two guys get so mad and they just do that thing where they just keep hitting their noses against each other like a couple of fruits?
Mm-hmm.
Let them just fight it out.
Right.
Like, tell me, you know, how many people do you think turned on the Malice at the Palace?
Yeah.
That was must-see television. Of course, a lot of people don't know this, but that TV feed got cut off back in the day.
Volleyball fighting, like if out of nowhere.
God.
Oh,
with those shorts, you know what I'm saying?
Tennis.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, they're kind of
yeah. Look at tennis fights. Could you imagine they get like one chance to toss the racket at each other, and then after that, it's just free for all?
Or even funnier, they have to stay on the other side of the net.
Yeah, they're not allowed to cross it. You got to land punches on each opposing side of the net, and then whoever wins the fight wins the set.
Exactly. Or whoever.
That's how you have a comeback story there.
Or even funnier, whoever drags the other person over to their side wins.
Right, and then drops their balls in their mouth.
Teabags them.
Yeah.
Oh no, another teabag. Oh, she's got her. Oh, she's got her. The tea's all the way in there. It's harder for the women to do this, of course. You know, the men, they've got that big, long, hanging round oval that drops in the throat. But the women, unless it's a bulging beef ravioli, it's hard to tell the conversion of a teabag's been made. Yeah, it's very...
Rosetti's laying on the cot. He's knocked out cold. Oh, no, a motherfucker drops his trowel. Balls...
Oh, my God. Oh, that's fucked up.
Oh, my God, he's got pink eye.
Oh, no. You can see his eyes turning red already. It's Shirley.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. It's Shirley is pink eye. What do you have to... Let's go.
Cop just runs up on the microphone. Yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Let's go to our correspondent, Danny, down at courtside.
Looks like my little lass needs a shaving.
Whoa.
Jesus, Danny. That's what he says to the player. Looks like your lass needs a shaving. Just starts bareback shaving his asshole right there on the court.
You filthy animal.
That would be great. Let's go to the next question. The other thing too is like explosions, like random explosions. That'd be another great one.
Right.
Each team gets one sniper. Imagine that, dude. In baseball, each team gets one sniper rifle with one round, and you get one shot.
Or like, if well, never mind.
Oh.
Nothing.
I'm talking about like some Hunger Games shit.
Bulging beef ravioli. What does that even mean?
Oh, it's like the little blooming flower beef ravioli, inner mushroom.
Next question.
Jason Tarr says there is a member of a Korean pop girl group that was put under fire recently for cultural appropriation, just having braids in her hair that looked like box braids. However, she is Thai and wearing Thai braids. I have a photo showing the braids in question. Is this cultural appropriation or not?
First
Jesus
of all,
Christ.
If I may, cultural appropriation can suck a fat dick.
Right.
Okay, that is probably one of the most annoying things to me nowadays. Like, dude, even oh my God, here we go with another name again. Lead singer, No Doubt. Why am I drawing a blank?
Gwen
Just
Stefani.
Gwen Stefani was recently under fire for cultural appropriation because how much she like respects like Japanese culture, and she like had a photo shoot or an album that had like pictures of her with like Japanese like attire on and stuff, and with other Japanese chicks in the background, and she got like thrown under the bus for cultural
Culture appropriating, yeah.
Yeah,
But you know
and
what?
she
They
got
love
under
it.
fire for that.
Those people love it. They think they see it as respectful.
Yeah, look at that. What's wrong with that? Wait, is that girl a Thai?
I guess.
Could have fooled me.
Well, do you remember how I was saying this the other day? Remember how in the 80s everybody wanted to look white, so even Hispanic women would like paint their faces that white kind of powdery color?
Yeah.
For whatever reason, people wanted to be white. Now they want to be like tan or brown skinned, and that's why so many white women look orange. I think it looks like shit when you look orange.
Yeah. Well, and I'll tell you this, and this chick's got it going on too. By the way, her hair looks like she has fucking flaming hot Cheetos for dreadlocks. That's disgusting. I think one of the most disgusting things that like chicks are into now is the fingernails, man. Like the talon-like fingernails.
Oh yeah, fuck.
That is
you.
like seriously the biggest turnoff in the world.
That was going on in the 80s though. Remember that? That did happen before. The women with the giant
the shit
nails
died out for a reason. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, because you can't tie shit, can't do shit. You look like a fucking Frankenstein cunt. I mean, like nobody wants to be. I mean, maybe there's like a fetish out there for some people, but nobody wants to.
That's the thing though. Like that's what I was getting at. There's like an audience of men who like think, oh, look at those nails. That's hot. She's got the puffy cheeks, the duck lips, all that to me is like, I'd rather kiss a dude.
Yeah, me too. I don't want any of that shit. Bullshit. It's bullshit. Jason Tarr, good question, I guess. You just pissed us off, but thank you. Longtime supporter. Where were you when Joe needed you the most? JV says Chris J.
Well, why was he here?
He actually was. I think he was here when I needed him the most, except for we probably could have used him on Monetize this Friday. But
except for the last year.
Yeah, that's true.
Where were you when I needed you the most? Where were you?
Just like if he ever wants to know why people don't trust him or believe him or anything, just play that clip where he demands I be somewhere where I didn't even know he was getting whatever was happening to him, and then play this.
But
clip.
you watch everything, Joe. You watch all of it.
Yeah, I remember I got angry at him during that.
Oh, I've heard the clip, of course.
Did you shoot me?
Joe, I swear to God, if you don't stop, I will shoot you, Joe Cronin.
So I just want to say that there's one clip of him saying he's going to shoot me, all because Owandi was harassing him and had nothing to do with me, right? So then the other clip is he's getting mad at me because I wasn't there to support him when somebody else was doing something to him. So no matter what happens to Bullfrog, I guess he just blames me. I mean, like, that's what I'm getting out of him. He just blames me for everything.
I'm just remembering that night, man. That shit was funny, bro.
Why are you here?
Why are you here?
What? You fat asshole!
Why are you being so rude to me? Because you're bothering me.
You're bothering me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
You heard the YMCA thing I did, right, with that?
Yeah.
That was
good.
funny. We could have made it funnier, though. That's all right. We were saying that. We're like, oh, yeah, it could have been better if we took some time. Kermack said, are you guys excited for Venom 2 and Halloween Kills?
Oh, wait. Halloween Kills, yes.
Yeah, same thing. I, by the way, haven't watched the Halloween movies in years, haven't gave a fuck about remakes. I'm just done with it. But this, I don't know why, I'm back.
Wait, did you watch the one from 3 years ago?
No. Didn't see it.
Okay, dude. Come on. You got to watch it. It's great.
So I plan on watching it the night before I go to see it.
You should watch it. Bro, you should watch it literally before you leave to go watch it in the theater.
Is it where Jamie Lee comes back one where she has to go? Okay, yeah. All right. Well,
she's like a crazy like doomsday prepper and stuff. It is a really good flick.
She's gone Sarah Connor in Terminator 2.
Yes, exactly. I actually said that at the theater that day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's what I got out of the trailer. I haven't seen it yet, but
wait, you need to watch the one, I think it's just called Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
The one from like 2018 or 2019. Watch that right before you go see Kills.
Okay.
It's a really solid movie. I
don't know what it was. I saw Kills trailer and I went, I don't know why, but This looks fucking awesome. I don't know why.
Well, because bro, when he comes out of that burning house and he swings the fire axe and then just fucking murks all those firefighters on the lawn, that was epic, dude.
Yeah, it looks good.
I hate that they showed that though in the trailer. Like,
they
that
showed
was
too much. They showed too much. The whole trailer, they showed too much. They showed like, I think we said like, how many people does Michael kill in this goddamn movie? Because they showed like 13 kills or something in the trailer.
Yeah.
That's the problem with it. But it's almost like Final Destination Michael Myers, like in a modern movie. I don't know. And then it works out for them because they can have the woman be the star who can kick ass. So, but we accept that because that's how it
has a little bit of that, like, yay, we're women, we're being tortured by this guy. But I try to avoid that in film nowadays as much as possible.
Not in the new Terminator. How about that last Terminator?
I know you were gonna go there. Like, and there's the reason I haven't seen it. So.
Yep. Not me too.
Like they got kind of close to it with Genesis when they had what's her name that played Daenerys from Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
When she was Sarah Connor, but
it was retarded.
It was a good movie, man. I actually like Genesis.
I don't know, man. They kind of retcon fucking what's his face at the end.
Well, I mean, they kind of like. I agree that they kind of put a little too much humor in it. It was like they were like, "Oh, it works for Marvel. Let's try this."
But it was fun. Like that's the one thing. It was kind of fun.
That's the point. It was a fun movie. I agree. Thank you, because that's the perfect word. It was a fun Terminator movie.
You know what I look at it like? I look at it like the 2009 Star Trek movie, where it's like I don't see this as canon to the exact Star Trek I love, but I do see it as someone else interpreting Star Trek, and so it's kind of fun. Like this doesn't ruin the rest of Star Trek for me, so this is fun to see it made like this. That's what it was like. And little did you know that I never would have gotten as mad at that movie if I knew what they were about to do with that last one, because that was just atrocious.
And to answer your question, TJ in the chat, he says Jamie was in the original. Was she in 3? No, 3. First of all, they didn't have Michael Myers in it.
They brought it back.
Jamie Lee Curtis was in the first and second one. And then she did not return until H2O. Yeah.
Stereo, baby. We know.
Which, by the way, I looked at the H2O up the other day. That movie made boatloads of money.
In, what was it, 98 or 99?
Yeah, it was like 98, 99.
You remember then? I remember then thinking, like, Jesus, she's coming back to do another one of these. Like, that was 1998.
Oh, dude, that was the funny thing. Those movies did. We literally just looked this up the other day. Those movies after 2 did shit.
Yeah.
After Halloween 2. But by the time they launched H2O, like, I mean, like, those movies they went from making like 80 million to like 11 million.
Right.
And then H2O comes out, and I think it made like 75 or 65. It made a ton of dough, dude.
God damn, man. What the hell? And what did it cost to make it? Like, not a lot. 50 million?
No, it probably made less than 50 million. It was probably more like 10.
It made 10 million or?
No. Here, I'll pull it up
to
right
make
now,
it. It was probably 10 million to make it. And
yeah, that's what I was saying. It was probably 10 million to make it, and I think the film itself made, I think, 70 million. Here, I got it right here. Halloween H2O. The tagline, Halloween H2O 20 years later. It was made on a budget of 17 and made $75 million.
Oh my God, bro. Holy shit.
And you know what? Funny enough, you would think that it didn't. Halloween Resurrection made $37 million on a budget of 15. So it's like, even then, Resurrection made money. But then you go back and look at like The Revenge of Michael Myers on a budget of $5 million, it made 11.
Damn.
Like, those movies really started stinking out in the 80s.
God damn.
Yeah, dude.
What the fuck?
Well, because Halloween 1 and 2 did really well. Then once Season of the Witch came out and they realized the movie didn't have fucking Michael Myers in it, people were like, what are you doing? And then, literally in Halloween 4, the return of Michael Myers, they're thinking, okay, we're going to make tons of cash now, right? $5 million budget, made 17.
Wow.
Which, okay, that may be a lot of money for 1989, but not really.
Yeah, I mean, not really, but 50 million.
Because if you look up Nightmare on Elm Street, we looked that up too, and compared it to like The Dream Child, and The Dream Child make like 40 million.
Wow.
So like Halloween just started shitting out, bro.
Yeah.
And the one I'm telling you to go watch, it was made on a budget of $10 to $15 million. That's important to remember. 10 to 15. So they're kind of using marketing costs in there too for that.
Yep.
$260 million.
Damn. And now, like, I also got the idea that the story was important in these ones. It wasn't like even though we like Rob Zombie, it just, I don't know. It's like Rob Zombie did what did he do? The House of a Thousand Corpses and whatever they called those other movies.
He did Corpses and Rejects, which both of those I enjoy. Rejects more than Corpses, but I love those movies. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, how come this guy created his own kind of IP and his own kind of franchise, and it works really wonderful. But for some reason, when he goes into other people's IPs, it's not quite the same.
I got to tell you, man, I actually am one of the rare people that enjoyed the zombie adaptations for Halloween.
Okay.
I actually enjoyed both of those films.
I'll be honest, I only watched the beginning and then stopped and then didn't get into them, so I really didn't give it a fair shot, so I don't know.
Well, the first one is really good that he did. The second one, obviously, is a drop-off, but he made a boatload of money for that. But anyways, we can keep going on this, but we can go ahead and go to the next question if you got one.
Yeah, because we could do a whole show on this. Marvin Watt says, how did Beefmasters do this year?
Next question.
I mean, I'm hungry now, though, for hot dogs. I will say that.
For what? For metal?
Beefmaster. You know what was funny about that was that all the other companies that came out in the past, since we did the Beefmaster thing 4 years ago, all the other companies that have come out with metal in their products over the last 4 years, it's like every time I see, like, Turkey, Gorelick Farms recalls butter for metal inside. Like, how many times does metal get into food on a mass level?
Apparently a lot, because I saw that, like, what was the big chicken company? Amish Pride or Prairie Pride Farms or some shit had, like, metal, like, not powdered metal, but, like, what the fuck? You know what I'm talking about? Like shavings, metal shavings.
Yeah.
Just the fuck?
Gross metal.
Oh my God. Oh.
Oh man, that's somebody's wife right now. You can tell Tara to go to bed, Drew.
Sounds like Wings of...
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
Sounds like Wings of Redemption crying.
See, Leah doesn't do this, thank God. That's the one thing. Like I've been with a lot of other girls in the past. Yeah.
Doesn't do what?
Doesn't do this naggy thing that so many other women I've seen do.
You're going to try and sit here and tell me that Leah doesn't nag?
No, not really. It's weird, like, not really.
Next question.
Sith Negan, the dirty, sexy pants Sith Negan, creating the new Monetize This Championship, dropped 50,000 bits last night on Twitch.
Holy God.
Which is like $600. Do you guys think, and look at that, he brought back Corrupted. Do you guys think that Rick Grimes' Walking Dead movie will be a box office success? This goes along with what we were just talking about. Wow,
Nope. I'm going to give the fresh hot take right now that the Walking Dead movie that has Rick Grimes in it is going to not only be bad, it is going to bomb.
Damn.
I think it is going to be a box office bomb because The Walking Dead, for one, the TV series,
is dead.
Is completely, is literally dead. It's losing its luster, and it's because they have completely fucked up everything they had going for it. I haven't kept up with it, but McKeish even gave up on it, and she's been like the flag bearer for that show. Like, you got to watch it with me. They ruined what they had, which was the best villain in a TV or movie in years with Negan, and then they turned him around into being on screen too much and having a redemption storyline. Some villains just need to be evil and not oversaturated.
Yeah, this show has got to be the biggest downfall thing to ever, and then go have a movie now. They should have had the movie in 2012 or 13.
Bro, you could from 2010 when it started to 2015, you couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't even go into a fucking Bible store and not see something that had The Walking Dead on it.
Exactly.
Like this shit was everywhere, and now you don't really see anybody talking about the Walking. How many times did you go on Facebook on like a Sunday night and see 10,000 messages talking about that episode of Walking Dead?
It reminds me of Halo, like when Halo was fire for like 2001 to 2006, and then it just took a dump on itself and was like, here you go, Call of Duty and fucking what's the other one that we like? Gears of War. Yeah, it was like, here you go, Gears of War and Call of Duty. We're done. We're gonna go suck dick now. You guys take over. That's what this show did. It was like, all right, let's just shit ourselves.
For the record, I was Team Gears of War during those days.
I remember.
I know you were Team Halo, but I was definitely not Team Call of Duty.
No, I was always Halo guy. But me and Bobby and Troy did play the first Gears of War the day it came out. We got it, and because we just looked at it as cool, another shooter. We love these, so like here's another one. Okay, but we always thought like, yeah, this isn't as good as Halo, but we loved the campaign of the first one. It was just too quick is all. It was like, all right, that's over now, but it was fun as fuck, that first campaign. But the next question, that was a good one, Sith. He's got actually more to that question. He says, also, should Star Wars The Old Republic be the next movie saga?
No. Can we just stop it with Star Wars, please? I'm sorry, Sith. I know you probably love Star Wars, just judging from your name. Star Wars needs to shut up. It needs to just go away for a little while.
Yeah.
There is too much Star Wars stuff. There's your oversaturation right there. What? Not oversaturation. Well, yeah, I guess that's a good word for it, but it's over. What's the term we always used to say with wrestling? They're oversaturated.
Not overutilized.
Overutilized or
overexposed.
Overexposed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Overexposed. There's too much Star Wars stuff going on. There's too many shows they're talking about making, too many movies. I didn't mind the Star Wars stories, okay? Those movies were fine, but it's getting out of control. They're wanting to do all these different series now and more movies. Stop it. Just let it die out. Because Star Trek made this mistake too. They made too many series and too many movies, and now Star Trek is 1,000% dead. So
yeah, it's like they brought back Star Trek after it kind of died already, and then they brought it back horribly. Like it's just.
I thought 2009 did a really good job of revitalizing Star Trek, and getting the water warmed up again, and then they just they completely.
Well, they got taken over by woke cancel culture, like everybody. You know?
Yeah, and then it didn't help that Star Wars came back with a bang in 2015. It kind of killed all their momentum, and
Well, the other thing that's weird is Star Wars. When the prequels came out, that was more like Star Trek. The whole goddamn prequel was like meetings and agendas, and it was like this is like Star Trek. And then fucking Star Trek in 2009, that felt more like Star Wars. And it didn't feel like Star Trek. And it was like, wait a minute, for the first time ever, Star Trek is doing movies right. Usually Star Trek movies aren't that good or they're weird.
Well, it's usually the odds were bad and the evens were good.
That too, yeah. But it's
because the Wrath of Khan was always a great film.
Oh yeah, we love Wrath of Khan. We love I actually like 1 now more than ever for some reason.
The original motion picture has kind of turned into a cult classic now.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like weirdly good. But Voyage Home is hilarious. William Shatner's movie is just a piece of dog shit. Like, you ever watch that? Just if you ever want to feel better about yourself, go watch Star Trek V and think about Will Shatner directing it.
Which one was that? Was that the Undiscovered Country or whatever?
No, that's the one with Cybok or whatever, Spock's brother that comes to like find God.
Yeah, those movies were terrible.
Oh my God, was it awful? But then 6 was great. Did you know that the reason why that happened is because Bill Shatner has in his contract, because he's kind of a cunt, that if Leonard Nimoy directs a movie, whatever Leonard Nimoy does, he gets to do it too. So when they made Voyage Home with the whales, the great movie, we loved it, right?
No, that movie stunk.
I love the whales one. I really do. But that one, guaranteed, and Leonard Nimoy wrote that one. That one guaranteed that Will Shatner gets to now direct a movie. Otherwise, they're in breach of contract. So they have to make a 5. So they make a 5. Then Leonard Nimoy also wrote the Undiscovered Country, the 6th one, that's one of the best ones, right? You agree with that?
I would say yeah to the originals.
Top 3, 4, of the originals?
Top three, yeah.
So they were afraid that Will Shatner was then going to, be entitled to a 7th movie. So Leonard Nimoy didn't direct 6, even though he wrote it. Because they didn't want Shatner to be able to direct 7. Fucking hilarious.
Is it weird that I'm not surprised by that, though? That seems like a total Shatner move.
Okay, Yeah, well, it does seem like it is a Shatner move. I mean, this is and Leonard Nimoy is such a liberal. Will Shatner is such a Republican. They're so stereotypical. It's hilarious.
They've always hated each other, by the way.
Anyway, we got a couple seconds left, but we got to roll. We will be doing this again later, so hope you guys jump on. If you guys want more Corrupted again, get back on Patreon. Sign up now, please. $1 to $5. Do it now. Let us know you're there. Drop the donos. Do all that shit so I can let Bailey know that we're in business. And a little super chat here real quick. ADTR says...
Super Chat Party!
Oh, yeah?
Sup Joe and JB, who's ready for Tom Brady return to New England tonight against the Patriots?
Yay.
I'll be cheering for Tom, and I hope he loses in the end. I have a feeling he's going to get hurt. I'm serious. I don't want him to get hurt. I have a weird premonition that Tom Brady's going to get hurt tonight. I don't know why. It's fucked up, but
let's hope not.
I don't want him to get hurt.
What's up, ADTR?
Learn to spell also says, Joe, you spell nefarious wrong, you idiot. So thank you for that. And everything else is we got pretty much everything else answered except for what's your opinion on crime against food? I don't know what that means. Do you know what that means?
I have no idea.
I don't either. That's Colonel Stutters. Thank you. Mecha Sandwich says, what are your thoughts on Zack Snyder Justice League? We'll put that in the next podcast because that's a whole podcast.
And I do, but I know you're trying to tease that out there right now, but I do want to make sure that people know that I am not returning full time by any means. We're just discussing, some sporadic appearances and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, JB's not back. He's back. He's just stopping by to do a podcast, and we might do a few others in the future. So that's all you got.
Just a couple of chatty Cathys.
Yep, that's it. And that's about it, man. We appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to stick around for a couple minutes, but JB, man, great to talk to you today, and have a good rest of the one.
It's been fun. And shout out to everybody in the chat and everybody who goes back and listens to this.
All right, baby. I'll catch you later,
Let
brother.
us know in the comments what you guys think.
Yeah, leave comments down below later so we can answer those next time. All right. Catch you later, Bailey.
Take care, everybody.
Wow. All right, there goes JB stopping by to do a little Corrupted reunion there. Appreciate that. And appreciate you guys listening, man. But yeah, I do have a weird feeling that tonight, I don't know why, man. I don't want Brady to get hurt. I'm cheering for Brady. If the Patriots don't win, I want Brady to win. I want Brady to win 8 rings. I don't care if he wins them. I wish he won them with us. But listen, if Brady wins 8 rings, 3 with Tampa and 6 with New England, I don't care. I feel good. I love it because people used to tell me Brady sucked, and I used to be like, man, no, he doesn't suck. You're crazy. You're crazy.
Looks like my little lass needs a shaving.
Learn to spell.
Joe, listen up. There is a certain word that you pronounce the word nefarious. Every time you incorrectly pronounce it as nefarious. Look up how it is spelled, you will understand.
Nefarious. Yeah, I think I said nefarious is what I was saying. Nefarious. Yeah, I don't know why I was saying it like that. I was saying it weird for the last for a while, for the last couple of months, or maybe I just always say it like that. I don't know. I mean, you're talking to a guy with a GED. You know what I mean? You're talking to a guy with a GED who needs donations to live. So, let's not kid ourselves about it. What's up, AJ Adams? And a big shout out to Sith Negan, man. Joe, your Red Sox are playing the Yankees in a 1-game playoff. Prepare for your Boston Buffoons. Oh, I'm going to destroy you, AJ Adams. Dude, me and JB are going to be just frothing at the mouth for this playoff game. I think the Yankees, the Yankees have been beating the shit out of us, though, so I am a little bit concerned. I don't think it's going to work out too well for us. But I'll be watching. And I'll be fucking hoping that the Red Sox goddamn beat the stupid goddamn New York Yankees. But I don't think this is going to do well. I don't think it's going to go so well for the Red Sox after what's been going on. Thank you, A.J. Adams. And shout out to Sith Negan, who last night I was streaming Halo Infinite on Twitch. And I want to thank everybody who resubbed to me last night on Twitch. So many of you guys resubbed on Twitch last night. We went from 5 all the way up to 25 subs on Twitch again. Sith Negan dropped a 50,000 bits bomb, which was nuts. So, man, yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for that. And if you guys want to hear some more podcasts with me and JB and other people in the future, jump back on Patreon, man. We're back to 280 patrons again, and we're back on our way to 300 patrons, which is, basically what we got to do. We got to hit that. So there's the Patreon link down below. And thanks to everybody else who was supporting the stream tonight. You guys are the shit. And I may be back later tonight talking about the Bucks and the Pats. And of course, there's some wrestling news. Shane McMahon, it looks like, is no longer with WWE. He's still signed up as a wrestler. But all the corporate stuff seems to be out the window. Everybody knows I'm out the window. So, we'll see what happens, man. We got a lot more me and JB could get into in the next, whenever we podcast next. But if you guys want to get into that and support that, jump up on the Patreon. Today's podcast supported by 6535 and Sith Negan for the big time support. And JB just hit me up and wanted to do a show, and it was cool. I had fun talking everything we talked about. A lot more we could do tomorrow. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. I hope you check out patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show, where you guys can support the podcasts and get the bonus content, plus all the previous bonus content ever put on there. Shout out to Clam Baked for becoming a patron again. Justin Lynn Holiday. Eddie Guns is back. Chance Weatherwalks is back. Shout out to Don, who's back. Don Edward, who's back. Inspector Todd is back. New Japan Fan 10 is back. We didn't get all the questions in, but we tried to get as many as we could. And shout out to the $25 Patreon producers. Thanks for making this possible today, everybody. Jake is resting, by the way.
Are you fucking serious? Everyone knows I'm out the window. Yep. Yo, motherfucker, here we go. Everyone knows I'm out the window. No romance, cause there ain't no chance in my happy.
I'll see you guys either later tonight or certainly tomorrow for the Monday Night Raw review. Hit that like button and leave some comments.
King was here and so is I, dropping tears over beers as the years go by. And when the winds are more fucking look up in the sky, the birds don't fly cause the birds won't fly. And ain't nobody ever fucking know why the birds won't fly as the years go by. I might be down but I ain't gonna die. Fuck it. What's the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker. Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. It's clock. Bang, bang, tick tock. Frog in a sock. Oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? It's Glock. I said it's Glock. Giddy on up, running in like Jane. Swing like Tarzan, cause me pain. Ain't no shame, bitch, do it again. I can take the pain if you do it all again. Meet me here in the acid rain and kiss my ass when I'm on your chain. Cause I'm your dog, motherfucker. Woof. Gang. What's the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker. Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. It's Glock. Bang, bang, tick tock. Frog in a sock. Oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Said Glock. I said Glock. Motherfuckers over here and I'm over there. Ain't cause no shit cause they just don't care. That game stinks from here to fuck. Yo, motherfucker, you out of luck. Fuck it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Still talk to Mal? No, only budge. But that bitch a big ass fuck motherfucker. Think I ain't know that bitch my brother. Likes to go to dress up parties, dressed as a gangster, think it's funny. Put it on the SM, don't give a fuck. Take that down, bitch, you out of luck. Them fucks got all Morgan Stanley. Ain't no free man, tickle your fancy. Tickle me pink, strike me pink. Smell my finger, Mal Meninga. Goldman Sachs, how about that? Here's my ass, bitch, kiss that. Clever little pigs with their snouts in the trot, but I can move, fucking groove, I'm Barishnikov. And this here is my Kalishnikov. And over here, can you see where I'm at? Jumping around, oh fancy that. Sugar, throw that shit, be fat. What's the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker.
Clock.
Put it in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. It's clock. Bang, bang, tick tock. Frog in a sock, oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Said clock. I said clock.
This is Corrupted Nation. This is Joe Cronin.
But I'm fucking bolder. Drug addiction, a conviction on my shoulder. 2 kids, 2 clocks, and motherfucking colder. Win a little bit like Boulder. That's Colorado. Pittsburgh's over the Midwest. Get it off my chest. There's a gang in my head, and it's fucking dread and red and dead and motherfucking great. Streets are my name, bitch. How's that said? Dish to have ain't here for a minute. Start off lay, I'm a fucking winner. What's the time, motherfucker? Time, motherfucker.
About Joe
Put it
Cronin.
in a happy rhyme, motherfucker. It's clock. Bang, bang, tick tock. Frog in a sock, oil shock. 2 on consignment, 1 in stock. What's the time, motherfucker? Say clock. I said clock.
So ask you, piece of shit. It's time for corrupted questions. Not anyone can ask. You gotta pay for it. It's time for corrupted questions.
You're listening to the Corrupted Podcast.